Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
All right. So, welcome. It's an all-new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. It is Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. I want to shout out the Rainbow Coalition, the LGBTIQA plus.
Plus.
Yeah. Okay. All right, make sure. We're going to shout you all out. Have fun. The views and opinions expressed by John Cash do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and affiliates. Listener and viewer discretion is highly advised. You can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Damn, a little bit more. Yeah.
I don't understand. It's forced emotion. I don't.
Note to self: get a white co-host next season. Like, yeah. I need somebody who looks like Suzanne from the Wendy Williams show. Like, you know, I picked green peppers off the tree. Oh, yeah! Like, he's like, yeah. No. Anyway, so, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Deezer, Odyssey, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for Tidal. With that being said, you can go to catscollection.com to buy the official merchandise for the John Cash Show podcast.
We're going different order this time. All right.
I'm booked, busy, and blessed.
Sorry.
Good pussy, stay wet. Bag these groceries.
And finally,
Get nasty with the John Cash Show. And the iron is sold separately, ladies and gentlemen.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's like, I promise they're going to not be wrinkled when you get them.
Yeah, well, I can't necessarily promise that. No, I can't. It's great customer and quality service. Now, let me get to introducing my amazing co-host. Star is looking like she's just ready to get off this Zoom. And
the skin is popping though.
yeah, she is like, yes, I'm ready to hop on some dick. Well, shut the fuck up. Let's hurry up. Let's finish this recording. Like, enough.
She got her OnlyFans backdrop blurred out.
Yeah.
Ain't good.
Put your head on my silhouette challenge.
Who challenge?
The silhouette challenge.
Oh, yes. See, I got the outfit on for it.
Stand up.
I can't.
Ask him. Ask him. Oh, you can't stand up. Oh!
I know.
Yeah.
I was like,
All right. I ain't got no panties on.
God is stressful.
You can't stand up. Oh, you got work the fuck out. You better work it out. Brother better work it out. All right. You wind up in a wheelchair like white chicks. It's the feminine divine goddess. The multifaceted epitome of black girl magic with the whoppiest whop in all of the land. It's the Brownsville bully, bitch. Star! Woo! Yes.
Hi.
Hi. You can't stand right now, so we're going to put it right to Josh.
It's all right.
This episode is going to be on Pornhub.
Which not a bad option,
It's not.
Plenty of eyes in there.
a lot of people.
And
Yeah.
things will stand out.
That part.
And shit. What's better to get yourself off than to look at me? The fuck? Anyway. Don't do me like that, Kevin. Like, don't like right now. Like,
What?
he gave a look like.
I don't know what to say.
Anyway, let's not forget the engineer extraordinaire of the John Cash Show podcast, the man with the iron jaw, not the iron claw, the pussy eating demon with vanilla flavored semen, the pussy whisperer. Josh Fauci!
How you doing? You good?
Cat got your tongue.
See what happens? I have that effect.
Happy Pride. The mic wants to go in my mouth. Like, oh, a mouth. A mouth is a mouth and a toe is a toe. Oh. Feels like my time in the village when I was with you last year. Anyway. Like, oh, wait, what's going on here? Like, wow. I don't. Get behind me. And hailing from the land of abundance, he is a promoter of positivity, influencer, actor, and content creator. And legs and hips and body, and an all-around amazing guy, Kevin. Woo!
Look at that energy.
Because I had to say legs and hips and body.
Body.
I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. It was a good way to break things up. Happy Pride.
Why you roll your eyes?
Happy Pride. Listen, at this point, my face just does its own thing. I don't even notice half the shit that you notice. It's just
sound like an old cashier at the Golden Crust. And you ask for extra sauce from the oxtail. Look, man, what do you want? like, damn, I just want a little bit more gravy on the rice and peas. They are kind of dry. Go haul your mother, cunt. Oh, okay. Could you still put some gravy on? Put with the chunks of bones and shit.
I want Jamaican food now. We done talked about jerk sauce. We done talked about patties.
No, I was talking about a different jerk sauce.
Well, I got it. But even then, I still want some Jamaican food.
Well, there's a restaurant down the block. Okay. Anyway, this week's topic, we get way off course right now. Yeah. Like par for the course, right? Aren't you proud, Josh? These intros are like 7
I know these are
minutes.
It's a record time.
Yes. Now watch people still bitch about the fact that it's so short.
You can't please everybody.
I mean, people should be really proud. I mean, all these intros today have been only 3 times longer than everybody else that I record, but which is a record because usually they're 20 times longer. But I mean, I always tell people to get 1% less worse. You got like 80% less worse. So I'm proud. You're right. I am
80% less worse. The fuck you mean worse? I mean, less worse.
That's worse. I mean, you're progressing.
You're progressing at a record pace. You should be proud. I am.
You know, this is Pride Month, and I have to catch shade. Anyway, this week's topic. What's that ding?
Message.
My Gmail.
Mm-hmm. You got that. You got that message like in Baby Boy. Get your ass over here.
You're right.
He about to put that shit right in you right on Zoom. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm holding on for. That's what I'm holding out hope for.
So,
all of a sudden, you just see the screen go black, and
I gotta call, Baby Boy. I gotta call you back. I gotta go.
That scene is iconic.
I gotta go, girl.
Yeah. Think about reenacting that shit right now.
Yeah, girl, I feel you.
Okay. What does a codependent relationship mean to you? That's this week's topic. What does a codependent relationship mean to you. So we're going to go to Josh first.
You always want me to go first, and
That's not fucking true. I just went to Star.
I'll take it.
We know you've been doing that all week. We should give you a break.
You just be walking right into him, son. You just be walking right into him. That's like your fourth time. You done walk right into the jokes, girl.
I'm just gonna eat my yogurt.
So get your protein. Yeah, there you go.
I'll take it, but I'm never really sure exactly what a codependent relationship actually means, because I feel like it looks like a lot of different things for a lot of different people, because it all depends on why you're dependent upon the other person. But I almost never use this word because I feel like it is so overly used and nobody really understands what it means. But I think every time when someone says that they're in a toxic relationship, I think what they're really in is a codependent relationship. Where usually you are with somebody, and not to say that it can't eventually be a good relationship or it can't work itself out, but to me, it sounds like you're with this person because they have some sort of, whatever it is that you haven't figured out with yourself first, this person sort of gives you, but on the back end of that is a whole bunch of other shit that you don't deserve or really want, but you're willing to take it because whatever this one thing that you're lacking, this person has. So I'm not sure if that's what exactly people think of when they think of
exactly what it is.
but that's what I think of.
I'm going to read the definition of a codependent relationship just in case some people are unaware of it. A codependent relationship is a kind of dysfunctional relationship where one person is a caretaker and the other person takes advantage. Codependent relationships are extremely common among people with substance use issues. Okay.
And on top of that, it's not limited to romantic. It can be mother and child, which is very common. I mean, sorry, parent and child. Sorry. Parent and child. It can be friends. It can be different type of things. And yeah.
But that's what I was going to get to, what Kevin just said, because I think we don't normally talk about friendships that are codependent. But a lot of times, especially when you've had friends for, or you have people that's been around you from childhood, and then you continue to grow, you might grow into a different person or whatever the case is, but you guys probably have some trauma bonds or just connections that you build over time. But sometimes you outgrow people. And I think in some instances, and even in friendships, you can become codependent to each other. And even to an extent, like stunt each other's growth, especially if one person is not willing to grow as much. So, but yeah, I definitely agree. It's not, I don't think it's just like,
but I also,
I think it's definitely could also be within friendships as well. And definitely to your point, parents and their kids.
Well, because it's easy to do that because you're taking advantage. And then also insecurity and low self-worth really can play into it too. Because if you get to a place where you think that your happiness or your feeling whole comes through somebody else, you're already kind of setting yourself up to be in something codependent because you're looking for somebody to fill that void. And that's when that really happens. That's where that whole empath narcissistic thing happens because it's like I'm getting my emotions met by your reactions and by what you do. Everything. It's the idea of that you have to make yourself happy before somebody else can make you happy. No one makes you happy. They maybe can compliment your happiness, but it starts with you. And I think it's the same with like self-love as well. You have to love yourself first to receive love. Because if you don't, that's not what you're receiving. You're pretty much getting a mirror of what it is. And codependent relationships operate off of that. The idea of like, that's why you see it. It's just like,
like some parents that live vicariously through their kids.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like I'm in this career, not because I want to be, because I feel like I had to. And that breaks my heart, honestly.
Because the parent failed in that particular aspect of their life, so they're like, "Well, I'm just gonna make you do this because I didn't do that. I don't want to fucking do
I
that.
have to mold you into what I was supposed to do."
And there's emotional manipulation in that. It's very much like if you don't bring these grades in, or if you don't do this, and it's like you withdraw. You withdraw your love and your attention, your affection, and that then creates more codependent relationships.
Like you wanted to do and go above and beyond to prove yourself.
Well, the idea is that you have to perform for love.
Yeah. So Here's
That's fine. Performance of love.
here's 10 ways to tell. Well, here's several ways rather to tell if your partner is too codependent. Number 1, they can't say no ever. Number 2, they never feel like they're good enough for you. Number 3, they feel responsible for you. Number 4, they get upset when they don't hear from you. Number 5, they can't enjoy themselves without you. Number 6, they fixate on their mistakes. Number 7, they have poor personal boundaries.
Boundaries is just a big one overall.
And another one, they must always be in control. And they're very indecisive, and they can't stand not being there for you when you need.
They can't stand up for you when you need?
No, they can't stand not being there for you when you need.
Yeah, that's. I know a lot of people. Actually, I was gonna name somebody. But I won't.
That's not your style.
Well, it's so common, and that's why I love that we're getting language because of therapy and because of the awareness of like mental health and stuff like that. Because it's a very common thing that people didn't have a name for, and codependency is a really big thing. But I also have talked to other like therapists too, and one therapist was telling me that codependency is not necessarily a bad word because he's like, on a level, our relationships, we all have needs. It's just that you want it to be a primary need. Like independence is great, but codependence is good to an extent.
You want interdependence.
Yeah,
in your
interdependence.
relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just like toxic, it can be overused. Sometimes codependence is overused too. And the therapist was like, be careful when you say that though, because every relationship has an ebb and flow. We all have wants and needs.
Yeah.
And there's a level in which you can have boundaries and like, oh, you give me this, I give you this. And it's a give and take and not a disadvantage. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but this is like extreme cases where people are just like, yeah, like I can't go anywhere by myself, which child, I feel bad for people like that where your friends cancel and you're like, well, I got to stay in the house. No, you don't. You literally can go by yourself. You know how many concerts I went to? It's easier to buy a ticket for yourself.
Well, I'm more, I would say it might be safer with a group of people, given, the person might feel safer with a group of people, less likely.
It depends on where we talk.
No, but I'm just saying, like, even nowadays, like, you can't even go on the train. And, like, you worry about a fucking madman shooting up the fucking car. You can go to work. You can go to school. And, these things are happening. It's regular occurrences. And it keeps happening and keeps happening. So I can understand, like, if a friend canceled, that's a sign for you. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to sit my ass down. And I'm not going to go out because something, is not meant for me to do. Like, there was a story a couple weeks ago about a young man who went to a bar with one of his friends, and he got like lost from one of the friends, and he was escorted by 3 other people into a taxi, and then he was found unresponsive, dead. Okay. And they cleaned out his bank account, over $20,000. So, I could understand, like, if your friends cancel, you'd be like, I take that as a sign. Let me sit my happy ass down then. Let me not go outside because maybe something's not out there for me. And 9 times out of 10, there's something that happened, and I would have been in the midst of that. There's, I've spoken about, Kim Allen let the cat out the bag when she was here. I'm intuitive, okay? There's sometimes I'm supposed to meet somebody. I don't meet them. I'd be like, I'm going to do a rain check. And then the time that I would normally come back home is some shit that's going on around my neighborhood that I could have potentially been caught up with. I used to walk to the gym about 4 miles, like 4 o'clock in the morning in Brooklyn. One particular Tuesday, I just did not have the energy. I could not get up. I could not. And I was like, damn, I really want to go to the gym. I really like the class and everything. And I'm like, I really want to go to the gym. I just could not get up. Coming to find out, the route that I take 2 blocks over, somebody got shot and killed at the same time that I would have been in that area. So, yeah. So, I mean, to come back onto like the codependency thing, yeah, there's a difference between like if, like, let's say my partner, can't go out, then I won't go out. There's a difference. Like, I mean, but I also believe that it should be respect too, because there's just certain places that you can't, unless you have that understanding that you should not be, involved in certain things.
Well, yeah, like if it's a party or something, I think
it's a party.
To your point, that makes sense. But I think if it's shopping, like if you cancel on me, I'm gonna go shopping.
Also, there's a difference between being intuitive and operating in fear, though. The things you mentioned, those are intuition. You had a feeling, and on top of that, sometimes it's universal protection, where you were just tired. You couldn't go, and I think that's more of a universal protection. But to have, because I knew people like in my family and stuff like that. Literally, if nobody would go with them, they would just sit in the house dressed up. I'm like, but why won't you still go? Because I don't have anybody to go with, and I'm not gonna have fun by myself. That's codependent.
Well, that is
versus I'm afraid of getting shot up. Like that's a whole different thing. But like some people who are literally like they feel like they can't have enjoyment by themselves, and that's codependency. Feeling like you need somebody else to have a good time.
No, I know that. I was just like, when you use that example.
No, it's a great example, but it's one of those things like one's operating out of fear, and then one is just like I feel like my enjoyment comes from other people. It's a people pleasing thing. Like I get my enjoyment from other people saying it's okay to be happy or saying it's okay to do this. Because I remember like when I started, I've always had no problem going to the movies by myself, going to get dinner. People are like, oh my God, how do you do that? I'm like, you're not gonna disintegrate. But people are looking at you. I'm like, fuck them people. Like what?
I do that as a married person.
Right. I'm like, why do I need approval to go eat dinner by myself?
I never understood that at all. Cause I'm like, I'm hungry. Right. Like the fuck I'm gonna eat. Like and then I'm gonna eat later when I get home.
We also think people care more than they actually do. It's like, well, people can see you. They don't care.
No one cares.
They make that little quick ass comment and then they go on about their business for the rest of the night. Or
it's so much more peaceful eating by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not. I was just going to say,
you ain't got to argue about who ordered what.
Nope.
Unless you got like 5 voices in your head, then that's a whole nother thing. But
nobody's there to judge you about what you got.
Yeah. You want to diet. Why you ordered the...
You got a group of people that you got to split the bill with.
Eating off my fucking plate. Nobody grabbing off my plate.
That's a pet peeve of mine when I'm eating and people... And they just dig in. And I'm like, I want to just...
Someone did that once and literally that was the last time I ever saw them. I was like, nope.
Or let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys the type of people who, no matter who you're with, be like, hey, why don't we get this and split it? I'm like, why can't because they always want a little bit of they want to try 3 things on the menu.
Right.
Yeah, that pisses me off too.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
but a couple of my friends who are devout listeners of the show will hear this and they'll be like, oh, so you always hated it? I told you the first time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep repeating myself.
I'm like, the reason I ordered what I ordered because that's what I wanted.
But that's also why I don't really
Star does that sometimes to me.
I don't like
I think it's just more financial.
I honestly I stopped doing group dinners
like if you want to try something, I want to try something. I'm like, hey, you ordered this and I ordered that. And
I don't mind when you do it.
Yeah.
But some other people, I'll be like, all right.
Sometimes it works, but for the most part, that's why I don't like group stuff anyway. Because even like the politics on how that's supposed to work, like I'm not Operation Split the Bill. That's the dumbest shit ever.
Oh yeah.
But people
you ordered 3 tequilas.
But people argue down about that. It's just the right thing to do. Bitch, you had a whole sirloin. Yeah.
I gotta get on my high horse real quick. Do not invite me to your birthday dinner.
Why you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you. I looked right between the both of you to make it sure.
He looked at me first, and then he was like, "Oh, let me look at Kevin, not make it obvious." Yeah. Like the fuck?
No.
Wasn't inviting your ass anyway. To my birthday dinner.
No, but like, nothing pisses me off more than like. Everyone says like, oh yeah, let's like, you have like 20 people at a birthday dinner. And the thing is like, I'm a person that notoriously will show up late and I'm that person that will literally order 1 drink. Cause you know what? wherever you chose is not where I want to be 9 times.
Oh, I just go to the bar.
Yeah.
I literally will start a tab at the bar, come sit down with my drink. I've already had a snack or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, what I'm doing? Well, cause in college, it wore me out because you don't have a lot of money in college. And that's when everybody want to have fucking group dinners.
And if I have a group dinner, y'all ass coming. And that's that.
But here's the thing I hate.
What the
I said nothing.
You was... Anyway. No.
But the person that invites everybody out for their own birthday dinner,
They
and
want
then,
them to pay.
and then
No, I
has
don't.
and then has the nerve. I'm not talking about you. I
Right.
know.
Lord Jesus.
My man is internalizing
Everything.
Y'all learn one motherfucking word, and then y'all you run that shit, projecting, internalizing. Y'all run that shit like. Anyway,
Does it not apply?
no.
It absolutely applies.
I internalize. That's me.
Continue.
I'm known for my big words, and so is him. So is Kevin.
You just known him for 2 tapings.
Yeah, but he knows he got big words. He got vernacular.
I also go to therapy. So, I mean, shit, can I use what I learned in therapy? That's applying it.
No, not here. This is a black podcast. No, I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
could not.
I like that. That's funny. Yeah, but just don't tell me at the end that you don't be like, don't give me that humble. Oh no, nobody has to pay for me. I'm like, you didn't invite us all out here to not get.
You didn't even bring your purse, mama. Why
Yeah.
we play this game?
Yeah, I'm like, why are we doing this? Like,
A fake reach. Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. Shut the fuck up.
I love a good fake read.
Although I will say though, in my 30s though, I'm now meeting the big shots who want to pay for everybody, and that's kind of cute. And I'm not gonna pretend that I'm so like, oh no, I got me. If you say you pay for everybody, I'm gonna sit my ass right there and say thank you so much. But I'm meeting more of those now. The people are like, oh no, this is my friend's birthday and I got everybody. I said, yes, you do that, motherfucker. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Abundance. That's happening more. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. That's great. The one person who just wants to showboat, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I did that one time though.
Thank you.
Not for you.
You did actually one time when we all went to Lucky's at one time. But yeah.
You are very generous. I will say that.
No,
You
but that
are-
was was like
It was,
This is
after,
at Lucky's,
it was after work. Yeah,
it was
like,
after
yeah,
work,
yeah.
and then y'all. It was after the podcast. I pay, you know, for food, you know, and production and stuff like that. That's part of the.
But
the
you are
cost.
generous though.
You're very
all the
generous.
times we've eaten out, you've mostly paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just telling my business.
I'm just saying. You're generous. That's where we're driving the point home.
I mean, you ain't John Cash for no reason.
Right. Hey.
Exactly. Daddy John.
I mean, you know.
You're a generous
At least
guy.
I know the motherfucker will say accept it. That's the reason why, because I ain't got time and I ain't washing no motherfucking dishes and no motherfucker, and I don't want to, and I got to get in that habit because I don't want to be on the motherfucking page 6 because they be talking about your ass like, oh, he couldn't pay the fucking bill. That's why whenever I go out, I make sure I have more than enough. That one time that card, it was like, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. And it was the Apple card. The Apple card, remember?
The Apple cards do be fucking up. Though.
Yeah, the Apple card played me, and you looked at me. I thought, try this card. Like this card, I got and then I pulled up the thing, the wallet. I was like, I have it. Like you see, I have more than enough.
Got them looking at your bank statements.
That was say less, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, your card." I was like, "Bitch."
Did you
don't
put
worry.
on like your accounting visor and to be like, here, yeah, you can see this right here, right?
No, I ain't even putting.
Meanwhile, they don't care. They're like, Chuck, I just want the bill to clear. I don't
Right.
care. I don't.
that was say less though.
Yeah. They are.
Okay. Yeah. That was yeah. So yeah. So let's say less. Let's final thoughts.
What are we talking about? Codependency.
Yeah.
I was like, where were we?
We were talking about where the cash at, nigga. Where the cash at? Where the bag at, nigga? Where the bag at? Yeah.
But I would say
Nigga free.
independence.
Anyway.
Yeah, like I share the same thought. Interdependence is what you want to go for.
Mhm.
It's okay to have needs and wants and make sure there's a balance and also that you're whole within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're whole within your whole.
Hole within your pole.
Happy Pride.
A hole within a hole. And a mouth is a mouth.
Toe is a toe.
Toe is a toe. How you doing? All right. How you doing? Artie, I had some caviar with some Doritos and peanut butter. It was delicious. It was delicious.
That's just like
Anyway, Josh. I'm coming for a chair, just like Sherry.
I got nothing.
I got nothing, nothing,
I knew you guys about to
nothing if I don't have you.
I think Kevin said it best. I can't say it any better than that.
You, my darling, you.
You just in a singing mode. Hey.
Right, he been singing
Every
whole
episode.
session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still looking
You
at the
don't
wrong
need no
camera. though.
other
You got,
body.
you got auto-tune over there, right?
Yeah.
You don't need no other body. Okay.
Now you just remixing
Final,
it.
final thoughts, John?
Star.
No, I said Independence.
Okay.
I-N-D.
Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car. All right. All right. So my final thought. Which camera?
Ciao.
Yeah, that one.
This
We'll
one.
go with
Okay. No, because I was talking about this one last time, and he was like, "This one." No, this one, and then he was like, "This one." If I told you I could give you life, would you leave the boundaries of your mind? I bet you never even knew that there's a universe inside of you. Can I take your pain and make it go away? Would you let me be your getaway? No, 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 no. I bet you never knew there's a universe inside of you. So, on behalf of what? I tried to switch it up and then y'all complain. Jesus. Anyway, on behalf of Josh, Star, Kevin,
And John Angelou.
That's funny.
still I ride. Hard. Fuck me in the bathroom hard. We'll see and speak to you next time on the John Cash Show podcast, bitches.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.